Really like freeing people from the matrix, because when you're on autopilot, you are deeply engrossed in the senses. If you're deeply engrossed in the senses and the elements, you're a part of nature. You're not a conscious being. You're literally just a part of nature like the animals.
Yeah.
Something as simple as a buzzword will make you do what an animal does, which is react. It's almost like this type of study and self-analysis is what pulls the consciousness up out of that animal nature. It's pulling you up out of that reaction mode.
Yeah.
But these people you're seeing on the news, they're deeply engrossed in matter, deeply engrossed. I'm talking about they can hear the stuff and it don't even penetrate. That's the world that we're in.
Because their operating system is emotion.
Is emotion. They're far gone. So that's why they say you can't save everybody. Not that you should be trying to save nobody, but certain people, truth, when you speak with pure intent and truth, it is going to have an effect on people when they hear it, if they're susceptible to it. The other people, and I just read through it, the 5 states of mind, they might be Muda, stupefied, dull, heavy, forgetful. It says they put them, so they're in a lethargic state of mind.
The Expendables. I hate to say it, but...
And then after that, you got the 5 states of mind and you got the 5 efforts. 5 principles and practices in the sutra that form a very simple, straightforward outline of the personal commitments needed to follow the path of self-realization. It is very useful to memorize the 5 and reflect on which are the 5 efforts. So there's particular paths of efforts, and that's what I read earlier about having the faith. The faith that you're moving in the right direction. Nobody should be doing nothing just because we're saying it or it's working for us. Even though I can say, this is the real deal, but you should also be working on yourself to make sure that this is something you're prepared to handle, because that can become an obstacle. You can become distracted by allowing those low-level mental emotions to pop up, and they be like, man, I knew this shit was bullshit. Anybody got the time to be fucking sitting quiet all the time? Yeah.
And that's that guy in the Matrix who sold the team out for steak.
Exactly. He sold him off a steak. He wanted to go back. He said he missed the smell of that shit.
That's somebody who saw the light and wanted to go back because couldn't handle it. It was too much. Mind wasn't ready for it.
He never let go of that fake world.
Yeah, he never let
porridge. Go. He was tired of eating that eating the smoothie every morning that gave him everything that he needed for his physical form.
Give me the cartilage.
Even Neo didn't trust the information that he was being given from Morpheus, who represented the divine voice. Told him to take your ass outside that motherfucking window and go to the next office. What happened to Neo? He dropped the phone. Next thing you know, this nigga's being put in the back of the car by the agents. And then his dumb ass had to be saved again to take that worm shit out of his belly button. So even he failed. He fell back into what? Fear and doubt. Dude, you already making it. You went outside the fucking window. You got that far. Keep on fucking going, man. I don't think you were meant to fall off this fucking edge. It's meant for you to get over the fear of beginning a new life. The other dude, like you said, with the steak, he didn't went through his initiation. He been there. Nigga had a job and every fucking thing.
He said, I don't want to remember. That's the crazy part. He said he didn't even want to remember.
He just wanted to be put so deep into ignorance that he don't remember either fucking world.
Basically, just kill me.
Kill me, exactly. That's a death.
Put me back on autopilot, baby. That is so deep. That's a very important character in that movie, because I know it's people out there who can identify with that. I know it is, man.
He was what you would call the antagonist of the group, and he knew every element. He wasn't even emotional. Think about how calm he was every time he talked. Yeah. When Neo fell off the fucking roof, the other dude was like, was that supposed to happen? So what does that mean? What did the dude say? He said, everybody falls their first try. He even did it, which means that he was capable of jumping across fucking buildings. The nigga was in the Matrix doing it because he said everybody falls their first try, which means that he fell too.
I wonder if was he being true to himself or being true to the program that he left.
He was a program. That was his programming.
They were all.
He was taking up space for Neo. He was taking up space in Neo, so his energy served no purpose. only to be returned back to the state of unconsciousness. Neo became the new awakened consciousness. So this guy didn't fit into that new programming. And if they would have made his character more, I guarantee you, if they would have made his character more verbal, he would have expressed it just like that. He would have said that at the dinner table. You know, my programming is outdated, so I have to be returned back to where I came from and not remember, because Neo's the new programming. He's the one. We don't know. Maybe that nigga thought he was the fucking one. I don't know. I'm gonna just say that again. The perceiver is the pure extent of his consciousness, but his conviction is patterned by what is perceived. What did that dude perceive? How long was he in the fucking real world?
Years, months.
Because don't forget, the other two dudes was born there, so they never got to experience where Neo came from. But that dude did. That's how he knew what steak. And knew what, because remember he was talking, he said, I know this is not even really steak that I'm tasting.
But my mind is telling me.
My mind is telling me that this. So he already knew about the illusion.
Okay, Riggs.
That nigga turned his lights out.
Hey, thank you, Sophia's dream. In the chat, she says, show was excellent. Please don't forget the Popeye's chicken was the spark of mind control.
Did we talk about that chicken sandwich?
The chicken sandwich was definitely a great example. That's the thing, y'all. It's not going to stop. It's going to keep happening.
No, but they did it before the chicken sandwich at Popeyes. They did it with that motherfucking roasted chicken at Burger King. I mean, at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I'm about to say, damn, Burger King had
I'm telling
rotisserie.
you, man, they already did it. Kentucky Fried Chicken came out some years ago with the roasted. It was like roasted chicken or some shit, because now it's fully a part of the menu, but it was like roasted chicken. That shit had the whole traffic was fucked up where I'm around, man.
Well, I guess that's to show they already have black folks mastered as far as the mind control. They've been on that.
No,
You
listen,
just got to keep updating the program.
it was, matter of fact, this is what it was. They had these coupons, you can get it for free.
Oh,
The
yeah.
people was fucking,
hell no.
and people was photocopying, and you get coming out of the drive-thru with 15 bags of this motherfucker. Roasted chicken.
Ridiculous, man. All right.
Google that shit, man. They got to have it. They was giving free chicken out, man.
No,
Stop this madness, man. Stop it.
I used to work. Y'all know the coffee machine, automatic coffee machine Keurig, right?
Yeah.
I used to work at the call center. Pretty much when I was really getting big.
Oh,
What they would do sometimes is they would come in and they would give us, some free coffee. Like they put the boxes out in the break room so you can get one, pop it in and make yourself some coffee. These folks would come in there with their purse and collect 5, dump the whole boxes in their purse. I'm like, y'all, what are y'all doing? And it started to get to the point where they was like, fuck that. We're going to put 1 box out a day for these folks. Come on, Negroes.
And then fuck the whole thing.
Abused it.
Come
They
on.
could have just asked for more.
I saw these people in there turning the box upside down into their purse. Why y'all doing that?
And then what y'all doing with all that single shot coffee? Y'all selling it like it?
Why?
Come on
Come
now.
here every day. You could just get one for the day, 2, 3, or 4. Maybe grab 3, but dump in the box. Not one. I saw multiple people doing this nonsense.
So there's a lot of people inducing diabetes in there.
It could be your own special thing. Like, damn, I can't wait to get to work. I get to drink some of that good ass coffee. That could have been your happy place
It was
to drink coffee. No, let me pour the whole box of this shit in my fucking book bag and go home with it.
What job brings you donuts, brings you free snacks and cakes and pie? And these going back for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5ths. You wouldn't do this if this was just you at home.
You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't even. First of all, you're too cheap to even buy a 12-pack of donuts.
7. Wow, buddy.
Somebody
Damn,
said
you
in
just
the chat.
triggered me. But this, like somebody in the chat, like Sunshine Chick said in the chat also, toilet tissue is another great example.
Yes.
Oh my God. It's the state of lack. We don't live in a state of prosperity.
It's a state
No,
of
but
lack.
it wasn't just toilet paper either. It was deep freezers. I had a 6-foot deep freezer for years, right? You know what I'm saying? So it finally gave out. So I said, damn, I gotta get another one. So I go to the stores. Every store I went to said they're sold out. So the last store I went to not Home Depot, but Lowe's. So I go to Lowe's. There's an older man in there. He said, man, we got one. He said, but I don't know if it's gonna be the size you want. I said, man, why are all these things? He said, they're all sold out throughout the United States. He said, because this pandemic has drawn people into hoarding everything. So they feel like if you buy a deep freezer, you can freeze shit in there. So people were buying, they bought all the fucking deep freezers in the whole United States. They were actually waiting for Maytag to manufacture more fucking deep freezers just so they can get them in the store to sell them. There were none in warehouses, he said. He said throughout the whole United States, they're sold out of deep freezers. I ain't never heard no shit like that in my life.
No, sir.
Wolves. How long have you been in Florida?
I've been in Florida now for like, man, it's 16 years, man.
So you've experienced the hurricanes that we have every September,
Yes.
November?
Yes, sir.
So I first started to realize these cycles and patterns around the Hurricane Matthew era. Remember that?
Yeah.
Because I noticed people would run and buy up all the generators
Yeah,
Remember
that too.
every single year like clockwork. And by the time I started working at Lowe's a few years ago, it got to the point where they had a policy. No returns. When you buy this generator, you cannot get a refund. And
Yeah.
they would come in the back of a truck and we would come back there with a dolly and wheel it to the front. Sold. I mean, I was on, what are those things called? I just mentioned them. Generator duty.
Yeah.
I'd go back there, grab one, take it to the front. I'd never seen no shit like that before. But every year, hurricane season, what if this is constructed to make money?
It is a part of it. It is a part of it, man. Because I never seen, because even down here in Florida, and you know it's quick, you don't even have to have a hurricane. You're gonna have a bad storm that'll shut your whole motherfucking neighborhood down. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get me wrong. Some places it's necessary, but
Some places it's necessary,
across the world,
but it never drove people to go crazy for this toilet paper shit. This pandemic, I was like looking it up like, yo, do COVID give you fucking diarrhea or some shit? Like, are your fucking bowels gonna break loose? What the fuck's up with this toilet paper shit?
out? Is this what COVID does?
We had to fucking, I can show you right now. And it got me because I needed motherfucking toilet paper on some regular shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I go to Sam's Club instead of going to the, I buy so I can have it. I actually ran out during this time. I went to the store, Sam's Club, there was nothing. I ordered a box of toilet paper online, ordered the wrong thing. I got a whole box of motherfucking, the kind of toilet paper you get at the gas station, the big ass roll that's inside the fucking machine. I can't do nothing with that shit. It's been sitting up there for months.
Oh, man.
You better barter and trade that for something.
I'm keeping a hold of it. It might be worth money later on down the line. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is like, how did, so like we know those are patterns. So just as much as we studying this, and we're seeing patterns and other things.
It's already been mastered.
And we're fixing ourselves. It's already been mastered. Somebody already using this shit against us.
It's good.
And advertising and creating these storms. Just think about, let's go back to the year for people who may not be that old, but in the year 1999, they thought that was it. They thought the computer was gonna set back to all zeros. And they was fucking telling people their bank accounts were gonna be wiped to zero. Everything, the Social Security was going to be shut down. People made millions of dollars on selling programs that you can put on your computer on a disk, and it was supposed to save your computer from going to all zeros and shit like that.
Fear is a powerful drug, ain't it?
So it's always been like that.
Hey, you know it's been mastered when people got charged for insider trading at the beginning of the pandemic.
Exactly.
So come on now.
It ain't no different than 9/11. All the higher ranked workers in these companies was not there that day. Like a lot of them, not just say like two major companies, the CEOs or the district manager wasn't there. No, all the fucking companies that existed in these buildings. And I'm from Connecticut. I done been to and around the World Trade Centers for years before that happened. That was a whole world going on inside of there. So what they did with that, they took a lot of people out to begin a process to where we're at right now. They didn't have to blow up they didn't have to destroy no buildings this time. They destroyed the mind state of Americans.